Hi everyone, I'm Kiana Underwood. Welcome to the Art of Flowers with Tulipina. Today I wanted to show you how to create a handheld bouquet. To be honest, it's one of my least favorite things to do. I love the results, but the process is often nerve-wracking, and so I'm always a little nervous making bouquets. I just wanted to tell you that. So how I make my bouquets, I use a lot of different ingredients. I like to use colorful ingredients, of course, but also flowers with different textures. So you can see I've put everything out here at my disposal so I can actually be able to use it easily. For bridal bouquets, I think of the bride's bouquet as the star of the show. So I'm going to keep everything that looks the most beautiful from every flower that I've brought back to create for an event for the bride's bouquet. So I will use the best looking flowers from my garden, or even the best, these are from the garden actually. They're called Charles Darwin roses. They're just beautiful creamy roses that I have been growing for the past 2 years in my little garden. And so I want to make sure that there is a good variety of different sizes, different textures, different shades, and basically it's going to wind up being a pretty big bouquet because I use a lot of flowers. And then I will use, to handle it better, I use some rubber bands along the way as I keep wrapping, just so my hand doesn't get tired. So how I think of it is that I want my bouquet to look like I went out there in the garden and just picked whatever I could and brought it back and made a handheld bouquet. And that means that I have to have definitely some pretty and feminine foliage, and then some maybe 2 to 3 different colors or textures, and then some flowers that I would like to put in between. I don't like the flowers to all be the same size and the same color, all next to each other with same heights in the bouquet. I want it to be more organic and lush. So hence all of these different flowers on the table. But the way I think of it is when you start, you want to start with a little bouquet that looks beautiful, and then you can continue with the same theme all the way around until you've got a big bouquet. So I think about what it is that I want sort of right in the center or to the side center of my bouquet. Depends on where it's going to wind up once I'm done with it. But really, I want to make something pretty just from the very beginning. And then one of the most important things is I look in the mirror when I'm making my bouquets. So right behind the camera here, I've got a mirror that I'm looking into to create my bouquet. I think that it gives me a better perspective as to how it's going to look once it's held by the bride. So I just from the get, instead of just making it looking, I just look in the mirror and design. And it's just made my life a lot easier, given the fact that bouquets are they make me a little nervous. So I want to start with flowers that obviously are pretty, and then different sizes. So I'm looking around to see what here. I've picked some of the nicer ones that I wanted. Like I love this 3 together right here. I'm going to pull this leaf back. Then I'm just going to keep continuing with my different. This is going to be a sort of a brighter bouquet. Different types of roses next to each other. That's okay too. It makes it look beautiful and natural. A little bit of Tweedia for in between. And then sometimes I'll put something in there that I won't necessarily like, and then I'll take it out. There's nothing against you taking something out that you don't like. And I like to keep cutting the stems as I go along also. So here's like a bigger, more open rose. A little bit of nigella again here. Gotta make sure it all looks really good. A little bit of sweet pea. And I'm thinking, should I put some foliage in now? Maybe just a little. Another rose right here. And I've got that peony sitting on the table. I haven't quite decided if I want it in the bouquet yet. I'll decide as I go along. It's the beauty of making this bouquet for myself and for you guys to see. There we have some Star of Bethlehem. I love it when they're fully open. Got a nice cluster of flowers. Little flowers next to each other. More nigella. And nigella sort of, for me, acts as that in between the bigger flowers, little flower that's going to give my arrangement, my bouquet, more of a natural look. This Charles Darwin looks gorgeous right here in the front. And I've got many different sizes of roses here. And this spray rose is just beautiful. I'm just going to leave it right here. Sometimes the spray roses get a little too many on one stem, and then I want to make sure that I don't have that going on. But I think it's fine for now. And I look at it like this because this is really how it's going to be held. This is how I want it to be held. I don't want this rose at the very end to get lost, so I have to be mindful of that. Maybe I'll get some more sweet pea over here, just one. Or maybe down here. No, I like it up here better. I mean, to me, that's really the beauty of using the mirror, because it gives you the vision of what it'll be. Another here. And now I'm thinking this thing is sticking out a little too much. So I'll just pull it back slightly and pull the other ones up so you can see their faces better. And this one. Still going along. Albina. A little bit more Tweedia right here in between. Then I cut it a little bit more. Let's see how this ranunculus will do. Here, let's put this out and see how this is. Sometimes it could be a little challenging with the heavier flowers. They could break, so you could just put them right against another flower that's more secure. Or you can wire it, which I don't usually do. But I don't know, it's too dark. It's too orange. It's beautiful, but I won't use it because if I use it with the peony, it might be a little bit clashing. This is good. Romantic Antique is always nice. A very nice addition in there. Then I just look at it and step back a little to see how it looks. And just keep going. One more of these lovely, either here, maybe here, I don't know. Maybe right here. Ranunculus of a little bit different shade. Maybe another one here, or on this side, like this, so that when you hold it down, it's like this. Another rose over here. Then I'll look again and see what I've done. Loosen my hand a little bit. And continue. I like the little buds on Nigella too. They're pretty, they give texture. They've got a mind of their own, sort of. Take some of the ones that are opened as well. And I'm sort of creating it in an asymmetric way, as I do with my arrangements, my centerpieces. A couple more here on this side, maybe over here. Then I'm going to see what else I could do with this Charles Darwin rose. I wonder if it looks good next to each other like that. I'm not sure. Here or here. I'm going to hold off on that. More. Another romantic antique. I'm loving the color situation over here. I'm going to use a scabiosa for a little bit of height here. Maybe another one, just the bud here. And one over here. And it's important to keep a loose hand on your bouquet. Otherwise, if it's too tight, then it won't do its thing. Maybe I'll have one down here, actually. I like it better like this. If you grab it, if you're gripping it too tight, you'll find that you'll get frustrated and it won't be doing the natural thing that you want it to. So let your hand loose. One more here. Actually, this is a little too orange. I'll put this one right here. then I keep looking to see what else I have to do. Let's check out the peony and see what it does. Sometimes you put something in and then you'll say, wow, it looks amazing. Or you think it doesn't, but I feel like it might look good. We'll see. It's a very happy addition. It's about the same size as the rose. I don't necessarily want it to be the same size, either bigger or smaller. Let's see. It's okay here, I guess. Maybe this one is better. This one is good. I like this one. So it's not quite open yet. And I like the happy color combo it lends to this bouquet. Now that I've put the peony in there, I feel like I can use some poppies too. And as always, the poppies are such happy little additions. Maybe some pink. Or maybe I'll wait and add some more foliage. To see if I like the way it sits in here first. A little bit more down here. Making sure everything is showing yourself. I don't cut my foliage ahead of time because I really don't know how I want it, how tall or short I want it until I'm holding the bouquet in my hand. So I've got some Elaeagnus here, and of course the beauty of this is that this side is the side I want. It's the beauty. To me, it's like that beautiful rust golden color. So I'm going to definitely use it on this side. But I have to see if I'm ready for it yet. And if it's going to listen to what I want it to do. This might be better, but it's just not doing it. Maybe on this side, just a tad bit of the cream. That's good. Pull these out. Don't want to forget about my poppies. 1 or 2 more sweet peas. What have I done with my paper? I will still cut this even further once my bouquet is done, but for now I'll continue like this. Now we've got some tangled foliage here, a little bit more here. And some of these bits and pieces you could always keep for boutonnieres later. Boutonnieres and corsages. Some more nigella. pay some attention to the back here. So I'm going to take some more of these roses I've got. I like them, the ones that are not so open, to give me some more texture in the back. A little bit here. I wonder what the color of this thing looks. Let's see. I wonder if this is a pretty... I like this. I'm going to add it right here. It's a nice darker tone. And we'll see how this is. And slowly, I'm beginning to like what I've created. It's beginning to look like that garden gathered handheld bouquet. I like the little buds, so if I can get them separated, I will use it. Back to a little bit of Tweedia. I don't want to lose the color over here. I don't want it to get hidden too much, so I have to be careful. I don't hide it with other flowers in there. A few more. So essentially the bouquet, the little mini bouquet that I made in the beginning has wound up right here because my bouquets are so asymmetric. And they start from the bottom and I keep going higher. So I'm going to add a little bit more on this side. A little bit here. And it's okay to have things sort of not all the same height. A little bit more of the Elaeagnus. Making sure I haven't lost my ranunculus yet. I'm going to put the other Charles Darwin. Oops. And this is right about when my hands start to get tired. So I will put the Charles Darwin right here, close to the bride's side, basically like this. And then add a few more of my little flowers. Some a little bit more squiggly ones here and there. When you cut it a little bit shorter, a lot of times with asymmetric bouquets that sort of come this way, brides don't know how to hold them. So when it's cut shorter, by nature of the way it's cut, they hold it closer to themselves and show the face of the bouquet better. Put one more here. A few more this way. one sort of sticking out. This one here. Maybe I'll put it on this side, it's pretty. Here or here. No, I like it here. Keep cutting. Should we get one more? Wow, that's a big one. Right here. So, as you can see, I've made it from down here all the way up, and everything shows its face. And I'm starting to actually like this bouquet. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more foliage. I do have some smoke down here, which has a beautiful color. And I'm wondering if I can use a stem or two. So what I'll do it right now is this. Just because my hand's getting tired, I'm going to wrap this with a rubber band. Take a couple of the thorns off, like this. That's slightly better. And cut a couple of these little bush stems and add little bits here and there. I want to make sure that they're long enough that they actually stay in water. I usually make my bridal bouquets the night before, so I put them in water. Maybe I'll just try this and see how this does for me. And this sort of wraps the bouquet around like a little halo of smoke. I still have a little bit of an empty space here, which I'm going to take care of. And I have this Abyssinian gladiolas that I love, and it smells so very good. So first I'll add a few of the nigella down here. Just like that. Oh, and I've got this one that's a little bit darker, which is always a good choice. Just like this. There's like that darker flower. Maybe a few sweet peas down here. And I sort of tuck things in as I go along with the next flower. Sometimes my students ask me, well, what if a bride wants a smaller bouquet? I don't think I've ever had a bride tell me they didn't like their bouquet, number one. Number two, I don't think anybody has ever said it's been too big. But I guess that would be, they would have to let me know for sure beforehand, because I like to make a big bouquet, a big, abundant, lush bouquet. One more here. And I still haven't put that poppy in, so we'll see what's going on with the poppies. What did I do with the poppies? Did I even put them in here? No. Oh, there they are. There's that. Just gonna put it in like this. And whoops, one more sweet pea. And there we are. This is my bouquet. I love it. I'm happy with the way it looks. I just want to see if I added a little bit of this Heliagnus at the end, what would happen? If I'm going to be able to actually get it to show me the colors I want. I don't think so. I don't want to fight with it. I'm sort of happy with the way it looks. So I will just go ahead, take all of these leaves off, do one more rubber band so I can free my hand. Move it up. And I didn't even do my Abyssinian gladiolus. Let's see if it would look good. This is exactly how I make my bouquets at home. Or not at home, but before a wedding. No, it's too much. I won't use it. I'm sure I'll find a different way to use that gladiolus. Got it. Wrap it. Floral tape. And I'm not going to wrap it. This one wasn't inside. I'm not going to wrap it too thick because my stems are already pretty short and I really don't want the floral tape to be showing. So I'm just going to do a few rounds. And sort of cover the rubber bands. And I like this lighter colored tape. It's not as, it doesn't show itself as much as the other one, darker one. So, here is my bouquet. Just making sure that all the leaves are off of it. And then I just simply put it in water until the next morning. And right before I deliver, I put my ribbon on it. And I like to use silk ribbons. I just have a couple here that if I were, this is a real wedding, I'd be using this ribbon depending on the dresses of the bridesmaids and the colors of the wedding I'd be using, but this is perfect colors with my bouquet like this. So here it is, one of my most challenging things to make, I would say, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out, and I hope that you've learned some tips from this episode, and thank you for watching.